Thinking about buying XRP? Don't move a muscle, because if you don't know these 10 things first, you might regret it later. Let's break down exactly what you need to know before spending a dime. Number 1, what is XRP? First, what even is XRP? It's not just another crypto coin. XRP is a digital asset built for super fast, low-cost payments, especially across borders. It runs on something called the XRP ledger, a decentralized blockchain that settles transactions in seconds. 2. Ripple versus XRP. Here's the twist. Ripple is the tech company. XRP is the coin. A lot of people mix them up. Ripple uses XRP in some of its payment tools, but they're not the same thing. That's like saying Google and Gmail are identical. Here's where people get confused. Ripple is the company. XRP is the cryptocurrency. Ripple builds financial tech and uses XRP in some products, but owning XRP doesn't mean you own Ripple. Ripple's success could help XRP, but they're not the same thing. XRP operates independently, even though Ripple holds a lot of it. Investing in XRP is about believing in the asset itself, not just Ripple's business. Always separate the company from the coin when making your decision. 3. Speed, cost, and energy efficiency. Now let's talk speed. XRP transactions take 3 to 5 seconds. Compare that to Bitcoin's 10 minutes or Ethereum's 15. Fees? A fraction of a penny. Energy use? Almost nothing. That's why banks and financial institutions are paying attention. 4. Why XRP exists. XRP wasn't built just for hype. It was designed to solve real-world problems, especially sending money across countries. Traditional systems are slow and expensive. XRP offers a faster, cheaper alternative. 5. How to buy and store it. If you're thinking of buying XRP, you'll need an exchange like Coinbase, Kraken, or Uphold. But don't forget to store it safely. Hardware wallets like Ledger or apps like Zum help you control your keys, and that means control over your crypto. 6. The SEC lawsuit. Here's the drama. XRP was in a long legal battle with the SEC, who claimed it was a security. The outcome? A partial win for Ripple, but not without some scars. While the case is mostly settled, it's a reminder that regulation is coming. This case has become a defining moment for the entire cryptocurrency industry, not just for Ripple and its digital asset, XRP. The outcome could set a precedent for how other cryptocurrencies are regulated in the United States and possibly around the world. Ripple, the company behind XRP, has been locked in a high-stakes legal fight with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission since late 2020. The SEC alleges that Ripple conducted an unregistered securities offering by selling XRP tokens, which, according to the agency, should be classified as securities rather than as a traditional cryptocurrency. Ripple, on the other hand, strongly disagrees, arguing that XRP is a digital currency, just like Bitcoin or Ethereum, and should not be subject to the same regulations as stocks or bonds. The SEC's claim that XRP is a security has huge implications. If the court sides with the SEC, it could mean that XRP and potentially other cryptocurrencies would face strict new regulations. This could impact how XRP is bought, sold, and traded on exchanges, and might even affect its price and availability. The uncertainty has already caused significant price swings for XRP, and many exchanges have either delisted or suspended trading of the token while the case is ongoing. The outcome of this lawsuit is still very much undecided. Both sides have presented strong arguments, and the judge's decision could reshape the landscape for digital assets in the U.S. This ongoing uncertainty makes some investors nervous as the future of XRP and perhaps the broader crypto market hangs in the balance. Many are watching closely, waiting for any sign of a resolution. If XRP is ultimately classified as a security, it could change everything for current and future holders. Not only could it limit where and how XRP can be traded, but it might also require exchanges and investors to comply with new legal requirements. This could mean more paperwork, higher costs, and even potential penalties for those who unknowingly violated securities laws in the past. That's why it's so important to stay updated on this case. Every new development, court date, or legal filing could have a major impact on XRP's future. Whether you're an investor, a trader, or just someone interested in the world of crypto, keeping an eye on the Ripple versus SEC lawsuit is essential. In the end, the legal status of XRP remains one of the biggest question marks in the crypto space. Until there's a final decision, this uncertainty is something every XRP holder and crypto enthusiast needs to consider carefully. 7. Investment or utility. People ask, should I invest in XRP? That depends. XRP isn't like meme coins. Its value might grow with adoption, but it's really a utility token. Learn the difference between hype and real-world function before you go all in. 8. What makes XRP unique? The XRP ledger doesn't use mining. It uses a unique consensus model that's faster and more scalable. It's decentralized, but not in the same way as Bitcoin, and that's both a strength and a debate point. 9. How does the XRP ledger work? It's an open-source blockchain using validators to approve transactions. The XRPL is a decentralized open-source blockchain designed for fast and efficient value transfer. Unlike traditional blockchains such as Bitcoin or Ethereum that use proof of work, mining, or proof of stake, the XRP ledger uses a unique consensus algorithm called the Ripple Protocol Consensus Algorithm, RPCA. Instead of relying on miners, the XRP ledger uses a network of independent validators to verify transactions. These validators are chosen by participants in the network and maintain a shared agreement on the state of the ledger. A transaction is considered valid and added to the ledger once a supermajority, typically 80%, of validators agree on its authenticity. Key features of the XRP ledger include fast transaction times, typically around 3 to 5 seconds. Low fees, usually a fraction of a cent per transaction. Energy efficient. Since it doesn't require mining, it consumes significantly less energy. Built-in features. It supports multi-currency transactions, decentralized exchange DEX functions, and token issuance. Overall, the XRP ledger is built to enable scalable, secure, and sustainable financial applications, especially in cross-border payments. Not miners. 10. Where to learn more. If you're serious about learning, check out ripple.com, xrpl.org, and communities like RXRP. If you're truly serious about learning more, there are a number of solid resources to dive into. Start with ripple.com to understand the company behind the Ripple payment protocol, including their partnerships with banks, real-world use cases, and updates on RippleNet and on-demand liquidity. Then head over to xrpl.org, which is the go-to resource for developers and anyone interested in the technical side of the XRP ledger, XRPL. It offers tools, documentation, and tutorials that break down how the ledger works and how you can build on it. For real-time discussion and community insights, platforms like Reddit, particularly RXRP, and crypto Twitter are great. You'll find debates, news updates, theories, and yes, some drama, but it's a good pulse check on what's happening in the ecosystem. And of course, don't forget about Wealth Odyssey Hub. Right here is where I cut through the noise. No hype, no jargon, just real talk about how these technologies work and what they actually mean for you as an investor, builder, or curious learner. Whether you're into the tech, the finance angle, or just exploring where this space is headed, there's a path for you, and it starts with getting informed from the right sources. Hype. Conclusion. So now you know the 10 things every beginner should learn before buying XRP. I hope this helped. You're just getting started, and I've got your back.